Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be, You Can't Hurry Love. Got an email here from a viewer, and he says, Hey Coach, I got your book some time ago, and I've kept up with your articles. Your book really turned my dating life around, as it was not all that great before. I had a few relationships before that basically ended with the girl losing interest. After learning of your book, I dated more women over the course of 4 to 5 months than the previous 3 years. Good job, dude. Like I said, just apply what I teach. You'll see that it works for you. Say it all the fucking time. So as is expected, one of those girls I fell for. That's expected too. How many times do I say that's going to happen eventually? We've been together for about 3 months. We started off seeing each other once a week. I followed your patterns for setting up dates. It's been a very slow progression with this girl as she's inexperienced. Well, I'd say it's also probably inexperienced for you on your part, just because you've probably never taken it that slow with a chick. He says, I watched another one of your videos. It sounds somewhat like this girl. She's very hesitant to initiate physical affection with me, but when I do, she will reciprocate quite aggressively and passionately usually. Once we get intimate, it seems to last a long time. She just won't start it. She's met some of my family, introduced me several times to her friends, and they are basically her family since her family lives far away from where we live now. He says this last week we ended up hanging out 4 times, one of which was initiated by her. The last time I saw her, she cooked me dinner after a day together. Everything from a logical standpoint would seem to be going really good. There are a few problems that are plaguing me though. One of these is that she is totally fine not talking for days on end. I understand that all people are different, but I thought by this point she would be texting, calling me a lot. Well, it's just, like I said, you look at a woman's actions. Maybe she's very comfortable in her own skin, and she's very confident in the fact that you've been very patient with her. She doesn't feel any pressure. But there's probably things that you're still doing wrong that are causing it to take a little longer to get her to fall in love with you. At the end of the day, you're doing good. It's like you want to keep doing what you're doing. But he says, so without me stepping up the pace as I did this last week, we would be seeing each other once a week, the same as we did when we first started dating. We talked about love languages a while back, and hers is quality time, while mine is quality time and physical touch. So when I left her place the last time I saw her, she told me to text her when I made it home. I got stuck on the phone about an hour later. She sent me a message asking if I got home and said I was in trouble. I replied back, I got tied up and was about to. And I would have responded when she says you're in trouble. I would have said, I got tied up and I was just about to call you, but I guess I'm in timeout. I guess you'll just have to come over to my place and pank me. And spell it, instead of spank, you say pank, P-A-N-K. Just being playful. Love is playful and fun. And so, what's going on is she's communicating that, hey, I was worried about you. And that's a sign that she cares. That's a good sign. He says she sent back kind of a snappy response with, now good night at the end. Yeah, because sometimes women, if they sense weakness, or they bluff the test sometimes. And sometimes chicks will just fuck shit up or make a mess of things just to see how you handle it. If you show that it doesn't bother you at all and you laugh it off and you tease her and you mess with her and you kind of communicate that she's kind of the one being silly by the fact that you're being silly and playful and you're not letting her little barbs get under your skin. He says, so she might be pissed at me, I'm not sure. I guess it's a good thing, though, that she cared that I got home, as I've always done this with her. These problems bring out the big problem I have. I have trust issues. I believe they are leftover scars from past relationships. Well, that's part of your problem because you're afraid that she's going to fuck around on you. So it's like at the end of the day, in the back of your mind, it's like you're always assuming she's going to be dishonest, she's going to be devious, she's going to lie to you. And so you're coming from a place of fear. And the dangerous thing with having that kind of fear running around in your mind is that when you act from it and you think from it, even the tone of your voice comes from that place. And so when a woman senses weakness, she's going to back off, and that's partly why she hasn't fallen in love with you yet. And even though you might not think you're saying or doing anything, that your fear is coming out. It's communicating weakness to her. He says, I've crossed over the line where I care about this girl, and it's made me very anxious now about the relationship. Because now you got something that you really like, and you really don't want to lose it. But having fear of loss, as Master Yoda said in Star Wars, is a pathway to the dark side. It leads to fear and anger leads to suffering, as he once said. And it does. He says, I've had several times that I deleted her number from my phone so I could not contact her and waited for her to contact me. I know this is something I need to take care of. Yeah, it's your needy, insecure issues. He says, but I'm really not sure how to. It's very scary for me to open up my feelings to a woman for fear of a broken heart. When you love somebody, the whole purpose of all relationships is you go there to give. And when you feel for somebody and you care about them, you simply communicate it. And it's not the thing that becomes a problem is when you communicate how much you care for somebody and then you expect them to respond a certain way in a certain time, and then you get butthurt or upset about it when they don't. And that's what communicates weakness. A man who loves, he loves without fear. He says, I'm having a really hard time reading her interest level because she does not seem to fit into your chart, so I'm constantly questioning her motives and interest. Yeah, so you're basically, what you're focused on is where she's fucking up. That's not a good place to be focusing on. You need to be focusing on the things that she's doing right and that you like and that make you happy. And you got to be cognizant of how much she's chasing and calling him, texting and pursue you. Because if you step it up and you do 70 to 80% of it, then what's going to happen is you're going to delay her falling in love with you. He says, like, she does not touch me unless I start it, then she's all over me. She never compliments me. She teases me instead. She's not mean, just playful. She'll usually contact me if she does not hear from me for 3 or 4 days. Sometimes, but rarely before then. That sounds normal. So what this tells me is the reason she's not chasing you enough is because you want things to move faster than they're actually moving. And you guys just got to look at it. She wants you. Obviously, she likes you. She cares about you. But you're still doing too much pursuing. Because here's what happens. When you don't call her, and then 3 or 4 days go by, and then she reaches out to you, that's when you make the next date. And you just see it and say the next date is 2 or 3 days from there. And then so what happens is instead of just seeing each other once a week, now you're seeing each other twice a week. And what it does, it basically trains her that when she calls you, you guys get together and you have a fun-filled romantic opportunity for sex to happen. A date, that's all you're supposed to do, dude. Don't complicate things. But like I said, you're doing great. It's just that you're pushing this event off in the future because you're pursuing too much. You say right here at the end, if she doesn't hear from you for 3 or 4 days, she's going to pick up the phone and call you, and that's a good thing. But the reason she's not pursuing you more is because you can't hold out. You can't wait enough. You need to be focused on your purpose and taking care of your shit that you need to be taken care of as a man and focused on that. And then when your girl wonders what's going on, where you been, she hasn't talked to you, she starts thinking about you, I miss you, I can't wait to see you. That's when she starts reaching out to you. That means that she wants to see you. That's why she calls you. And you need to take that as an opportunity to set the next date. So just keep focused on that. Stop worrying about the relationship. Stop worrying where it's going or where it's at. This is just the reason she's not in love with you yet is just because of your own behavior. And you know that because you mentioned it several times here. So just fucking relax, dude. It's in the bag. Keep doing what you're doing. Stop pursuing her as much as you are. And if you only see each other once a week, then that's okay. But the fact that she calls you, say you go out on a Sunday or a Monday night, and 3 or 4 days go by, so what does that mean? So Wednesday, Thursday, she calls you. And then you say, hey, baby, I want to see you. When are you free next? Then make definite plans. And then you just train her to do that, and the more she falls in love with you, the more she's going to want to spend time with you. But you're not giving her enough space. That's what's going on here. So just fucking chill out, relax, dude. It's in the bag. So if you have a question that you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, go to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want a digital version of my Kindle ebook, go to my website, and on the right-hand side, underneath the email sign-up box, is a box that will take you right to the download page. Once you get the download page, if you don't have a Kindle device, on the right-hand side of the download page is a button you can click to download a free e-reader app for your smartphone, tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download and install the app and complete the purchase of my book. And if you appreciate the value of these video newsletters and the articles that I have on my website and my ebook, you can show your appreciation by going to my website and click the PayPal donate button, which is on the Wibbia toolbar, which will be at the bottom of your screen on any page of my website. And I will talk to you soon.